is capable of being a great saint. And any saint is also capable of being a great sinner.
This is why prayer is the greatest of all human works and should be the chief concern of every true Christian, of every human being, because everyone is invited to come and become sons and daughters of the one true God by joining themselves to Jesus our Savior. Be catechized, be baptized, receive the Holy Spirit, become all aflame, and establish your humanity by communion with God in prayer.
There's only one attribute of God that is ever raised to the third degree of repetition in Scripture. There's only one characteristic of Almighty God that is communicated in the superlative degree from the mouths of angels, where the Bible doesn't simply say that God is holy, or even that He's holy, holy, but that He is holy, holy, holy. The Bible doesn't say that God is mercy, 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 or love, 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 or justice, 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 or wrath, 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 but that He is holy, holy, holy. This is a dimension of God that consumes His very essence. And when it is manifest to Isaiah, we read that the sound of the voices of the seraphim, the doorposts, the thresholds of the temple itself shook and began to tremble. Do you hear that? Inanimate, lifeless, unintelligible parts of creation in the presence of the manifestation of the holiness of God had the good sense to be moved. How can we, made in His image, be indifferent?
God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit are of the same essence, one essence, but they are distinct in their personhood. Christ said, I and the Father are one. He who has seen me has seen the Father. They're of the same essence. This is why we make our hands, put our hands in this configuration when we make the sign of the cross. It's an expression of our theology. Father, Son, Holy Spirit, three distinct persons, but of one essence. And these two fingers represent that Christ was fully God and fully man.
Where does He claim to be God? It took me a while, but I began to realize that when I read the New Testament the way it's supposed to be read, from the perspective of those who understand the Old Testament, then Jesus very clearly claims to be God. I didn't want to go to John. Most people said, look at John. In the beginning was the Word was with God, the Word was God, and the Word became flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld His glory, glory of the only begotten. Look, clearly Jesus is claiming to be God here. Well, number one, no, it's not Jesus talking, that's John talking. But number two, that's the Gospel of John. That's really, really late. I want to look at the beginnings of Christianity. I want to see how, from the very first part of the Christian message, Jesus is proclaimed as God. And so I went to the first Gospel, the Gospel of Mark. And it was precisely there where I read Mark chapter 14, verse 62, which when I understood what that verse was, it blew my mind. Here Jesus claims to be the Son of Man from Daniel. He claims to be the I Am from Exodus. And He claims to be the one sitting at the right hand of the...
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It is me, the Layman Apologist, and I am joined with my co-host, Mr. Gabe. Gabe, how are you, bro?
Oh, I'm doing well. How about you?
Well, I can see some of the comments rolling in here. LA, you are remodded, my friend. Thank you for commenting once again, because he unfortunately, Gabe, his channel got struck, I think, by the Muslims. And
Did you repost the video, the live stream of Hijab and God Logic?
No, I think this was quite a while before. Like, if LA's still in the chat, he can let us know. But something happened anyway. I remember I was watching a God Logic stream and he told me about it. And we haven't really been, bar this stream we did recently with Paul and Orthodox Philip, we haven't really been streaming much recently. We're trying to get back into the routine of it. My health is slowly on the mend, praise the Lord. And I have actually been making a lot of content recently, Gabe. So I was already talking to you about it off camera, but there's a lot of content currently up on the members area. So if you want to become a member, you can find the link in my YouTube bio. Also, go over and give Gabe some support on his channel. He is currently streaming as well to his YouTube channel. And Gabe, remind them what your channel is.
As of now, it's just kind of some live streams, but I do have some videos that will be coming out on Islamic source material. So I'm basically going to just cover a whole bunch of providing people the source material, some of the background, the context to it, in order to help equip people to actually have the sources ready when having discussions with Muslims rather than just talking points, because it's easy to just have a talking point rather than to actually have the source material ready to be handed to them.
Yeah.
So
for sure. And it's needed. It's needed. Now, speaking of that, we are going to be doing a lot more content on the whole anti-Islamic thing. We've been promising that for a while. Unfortunately, my health got in the way. So we will be doing that. But also, bro, when are you going to ditch the RGB lights? Never. I love them. They're fantastic. However, if you would like to donate nice fancy studio lights to me, I will happily accept. But anyway, speaking of that, Gabe, I have a new book coming out. Did you know, Gabe? Did you know?
I did, yes.
Well, yes, it is coming out on the 5th of June. I am waiting at the moment. Colton, who has been on the channel before, he is writing the foreword to it. I uploaded this to YouTube as well, so people will be able to see this. But let me just bring it up here, and we can have a quick look. So we're doing a little promo competition here. So you can enter into this depending on whatever platform you're on. All you need to do is like the post, share it, comment, and make sure that you're following me, and you can win a mug, a sticker, a t-shirt, and a copy of the book, all for free. And we will even we're trying to work out, Gabe, how to do signed copies, because a couple of people have asked. However, in order for me to do that, because obviously I live in Delaware,
yes, Delaware.
Me getting a copy of the book to sign it to then ship out to people, it's going to be more expensive overall for the people. So it's probably not going to be the best option. However, one of the options, Gabe, I was thinking about is Leslie. Good to see you. She says she has entered. Awesome. Looking forward to it. I think I might have heard about some book or other at some point. Yeah, I know. What type of book are we talking about? And then FD says RGB for the win. I agree, brother. I agree. You know, I need that nice sort of ortho bro aesthetic. Come on. Now, Gabe, what was I saying there? I completely threw myself off.
You were talking about trying to get the book, a signed copy of the book put out.
Oh, yeah. So I was talking with a couple of people, and I was thinking maybe about if I write my signature down, scan it, put it on. You see, the camera's doing the weird zoom out thing again. Folks, forgive us. My camera's doing a weird update thing where it zooms in and out recently, depending on how I move my hands. But if I write my signature, scan it, upload it to Fourth Wall, and put it on like a sticker or something, people could get the sticker like as a free download or something and like slap it into the book. Other than that, if you are really wanting a signed, like a true signed copy, it's going to be pricey, because by the time I get a copy of the book to sign it and then ship it to you, it's going to cost extra. But if that's what people want, they can. But anyway, did I even put the book up for long, Gabe? I don't think I did. This will be
you had it up, but not for long.
Yeah. This will be a book on the Trinity. Now, this is not a big book. It's only about 80 pages, maybe about 90 or so by the time Colton adds his forward. So this is not intended to be like a big, deep theological in-depth work. This is like a little, we say primer over here, but I've heard, Gabe, a lot of you Americans call this a primer.
No, primer would be right.
I have heard so many Americans tell me recently, oh, you're writing a primer, and I'm like, what the heck's a primer? But anyway,
Do they mean premiere?
I don't know, but I the Lord is my witness, and I can say that confidently. I have had multiple Americans say to me, oh, it's a primer, and I'm like, yes. So, anyway, long story short, the entire idea behind it is this has been two different documents that I have uploaded to my supporters throughout, I'd say, maybe the last year or so. I have just adapted those, rewritten them, and kind of like merged them together, because the first half of the book is dealing with the so-called logical problem of the Trinity, exposing it, and then the second half of the book is actually explaining the doctrine of the Trinity a lot better for Christians to understand it. Now, I've had a few people ask me, why is the explanation of the Trinity at the back? Because I actually want people to struggle with the logical problem of the Trinity first, then read the material on the Trinity and go back to the beginning of the book and tackle the problem all over again. So I'm looking forward, Gabe, to it coming out. But also, I see here Leslie says primer. Okay. Yep. That's what I
Primer.
would say. But the other way might be correct too. I don't know. I find it weird, but I just thought it was an American thing. And then Hope Family Boundary says, yeah, it can go either way. Tomato, tomato.
Yep.
Fair. Although, Gabe, you're saying it's not something you've heard of anyway.
No, I usually just primer is usually it.
You might want to move your mic a bit closer, Gabe. I can barely hear you.
No, it's just that primer is basically it. So
Fair. Well,
primer I've never really heard, but it could be maybe a southern thing. So I don't know.
Could be. Either way, check out the book whenever you can. It's coming out on June 5th, Lord willing. If that date changes, I'll let people know, but I don't think it will. Anyway, Gabe and I are not going to be on here terribly long tonight. We're reacting to about a 10-minute video. We're going to address it as quickly as we can, because Gabe and I do talk a lot when we get stuck in this. But we have a prior commitment tonight a little bit later on. It'll be in the wee hours in the morning for me, later in the night for Gabe. But we have got a little bit of a teaching seminar later that we're attending / giving. So if you're interested in that, there will be a link to your Discord. But Gabe, we are going to be reacting to a video from Jai and DOC. And they are reacting to a video, or sorry, not a video. They are putting up a video that we are reacting to. And it's one that you and I both know that Suna.com does this a lot. But it's nice to actually have the evidence captured. This is them reacting to Suna.com changing the grading of the Hadith because they are embarrassed by it. So let's try and pull this up in the big fancier screen. Somehow that is not working.
I have to hover over it to get the chat.
There we go. We're back. Now, Gabe, what's better? Maybe the audience could vote in this as well. Do you prefer this way, or do you prefer this way?
The first way.
First way?
Mm-hmm.
I'll give it a second and let the audience see as well what they say. FD says, but you didn't know, SK, that we Americans invented language. Ah, that's what it is. Yes.
Yes, Irish was definitely did not predate English.
No,
but American English explicitly.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll go ahead, just so we're not being too late. We'll go ahead and react to it this way, and if people prefer the other way, they can let me know. Now, folks, do me one favor, just let me know, and Gabe, maybe you could even check this out as well, just so we're not wasting time. Let me know how the audio quality is in this, because my YouTube recently has been playing up.
Okay.
You're not going to believe this. After our stream, Sunnah.com edited their
Sounds fine to
website
me.
on the.
Sounds okay?
Yeah.
Okay, right. Well, let's get into this because me and you are not doing a very long stream. So let's go in, and anytime, Gabe, you need to get my attention, just make a Gary the goat noise or something. I don't know. Is Gary with
Okay.
you?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Right. So play Gary when you want me to stop if I don't stop.
Okay.
Woman
Sounds good.
beating, wife beating, one of the wife beating hadiths. And I thank the Muslim trolls because they alerted us to it. So we're gonna go over what happened and how did they edit it and why would they edit their religion? Why would they edit their religion? So let's go. Let's just
Well, we have
zoom
the
in.
hadith here on the screen, so you guys can check it out. And as you guys know who know Islam, you know that if someone were to talk about the topic of wife beating, that the sources are many and multiple and plentiful, and there's so many different.
Now, Gabe, a man should not be asked why he beats his wife. Don't ask about it.
Yep.
places you
Why
can
ask
go. It's
about it?
basically just like
Why ask about it? You know, that's
Oh, yeah,
their,
yeah.
that's their own thing. You know.
Yeah, it's clearly you know, don't ask about wife beating.
throwing a little pebble into an ocean and you're gonna hit something. There's so much in Islam about mistreatment of wives, mistreatment of women, mistreatment of children, and so this was one of the sources that we brought up.
Yeah, a
from-
man. Sorry.
Hey, go ahead. Yeah.
So basically, what I wanted to show from that source is Muhammad saying a man should not be asked why he beats his wife. And you see the grade here, guys? What does the grade say?
It says Hassan.
What does Hassan mean?
Hassan means it's good, it's accepted.
Well, I was going to say that part, but they beat me to it.
Yeah, I was gonna say Hassan too, and then like he said it, and I'm like, oh,
Well,
I guess you weren't asking me.
Yeah,
Alright.
I haven't seen this video yet, but normally, I'm not going to say Giant DOC don't explain the grades, they do. I'm just saying they don't always describe what they are, because normally most of their audience are familiar with these gradings are. But just in case you're part of our audience here and you don't really know what this whole grading system is, the Muslims don't, well, Sunni Muslims, Shia Muslims, they primarily live by the Quran and the Hadith, which are, you know, the purported collections of sayings and doings of the so-called Prophet Muhammad. But they grade those Hadiths, so they're either, you know, weak, really strong, somewhere in between. There's different grading systems. But what Sunnah.com does, and this is what this video is about, is they will actually regrade these hadith based on how embarrassing they find them. So you may have a hadith like this that is currently graded good, meaning that it's reliable. But because apologists are exposing this and showing this to the Western world, because normally, Gabe, as we know, but maybe the audience aren't quite familiar, it's more of a last maybe 10, 15 years that a lot of this material has been put into English. It is normally hidden in the Arabic. So the Western world hasn't always got to see this. But now, because it's being exposed, guess what they're doing? Because they can't change the hadith. But what can they change, Gabe?
The grading.
The grading. So this will go to show you how sneaky these little Muslims really are.
Okay, so one of the trolls in our comments
We're gonna put it on the screen, but
said, "You're liars. It's Daif. It's not Hassan."
so guys, here it is on the screen right here. You guys can all. Why don't I make it so you guys? Yeah. Okay. You guys should be able. Should be able to. That's
Yeah,
good.
you should be able to see it.
Now I want to show you guys. If you go to Sunnah.com now, and like we didn't know how to title this. Is this like a Sunnah.com scandal? Like what's going on here? Why did they like? We're trying to figure out how in the world. Why was this thing edited?
I legit thought their change in the screen was something I did there for a second.
That's funny.
And then one of the trolls said, "I was listening up until I saw the hadith you changed. You changed by editing, as if I can edit Sunnah.com.
So
editing the grade of the hadith. I searched up the hadith. It's weird."
Now, that's interesting. You could say that this is now judging by the fact that it's a nameless, faceless troll here, I'm gonna say, but like it's interesting that he is accusing them of changing, the grade on screen, when it's far more likely that Sunnah.com has changed it, which obviously they've captured on camera. But this goes to show you, this is the usual thing that we see here, Gabe, all the time. What is it they do whenever we expose something from them? Where do they point the finger?
Straight to us.
Yeah, it's always this idea of, oh, well, you changed it or you did this. If they change, so if Giant DOC changed it on their video, right? You could go and see anywhere else where it's always been the same. But what you don't see is the fact that they have it recorded that it was previously Hassan, and then they changed it to Daif week. And then you can see here their lies always caught. You mean the religion of people that are known for lying to further promote the cause of Islam? Is that what you mean?
You'll never guess what. I just went to pull up the hadith and Sunnah.com is down. I just verified with a down detector and it says it's down as well.
Oh,
so I wonder what else they're changing.
At this stage, Kib, I wouldn't be surprised if they just dumped half the hadith. What do you mean? That never existed.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, let's get through this because I don't want this to be too long.
It's not Hassan.
And then he did a copy and paste here. What does it say?
Daif weak according to Al-Albani.
And then what did he do to paste?
Comma, Hassan. So it's...
Oh, I didn't even notice that, Gabe. He cooked himself.
Oh, yeah.
Did you pick up on that?
No, not till...
Nor did I. Yeah, because all I read here, my mind just immediately went to the Daif part. But he's right. Jai's right. That is a copy and paste because then it immediately says, according to Al-Albani, it is Hassan. Oh, dude, absolutely cooked himself. That's embarrassing.
Hilarious.
That's embarrassing.
Still Hassan.
Okay.
So it's still good, but something was added, which is the first bit. So I thought, this is weird. Where did he copy and paste this from? This troll.
We just assumed that, okay, a lot of times, and you guys know this, a lot of times when you go to different hadith books or hadith collections, you'll see the same exact narration, but it's going to have different people narrating it. The same exact story, but different narrators. And some of the times it's going to be weak because some of the narrators are considered weak because they're weak.
They're weak. They're weak.
And then sometimes that same story can be considered authentic. So we thought it was like that situation.
Yeah.
But what did we do? We went to Sunnah.com.
And we checked. And son of a gun,
it actually was edited.
They edited it.
They actually did edit it.
They did. They did.
Well, they edited it, but yeah, he literally copied, pasted it there right from them.
He did, but that's the thing, because they edited it, that's a mouthful for an Irish person. They've made it even more obvious though, but because previously it just read Hassan, right? But because they changed it and then they've added this part, according to Al-Albani, it is Hassan. Or no, technically they're saying Daif according to Al-Albani. Sorry, I misread that. But they've made it all the more obvious that they have indeed actually made an edit to it. Like, imagine we did this with, Bible commentaries. Now, not that we hold Bible commentaries the same way, but imagine we went around grading Bible commentaries and then, your website, Trinity, we pull up and we just now stick a new label on it. It's like, oh, by the way, labeled weak. It's like, can you imagine how people would look at us? And rightfully so. They'd be like, you lot are a bunch of cheating liars.
Yeah, but if your religion allows you to cheat and lie for it, then why would anyone ever thinking anything of it?
Gotta practice that tequila, bro.
Yep.
Every time I say that word, it always puts me in the mood for a tequila, though. I don't even like tequila.
Is tequila in what's the drink called? Margarita?
It can be in some of them, but not all of them.
Oh, then it's a 50-50 shot whether I've had it or not.
Tequila is, I'm not saying you always drink it like this one, but it's the one where people normally do like a shot and a chaser. So like they will have salt
Oh.
and lime to go with it.
Oh, well, like salt and lime in it?
No, not in it. So like some people will drink the tequila, lick a line of salt, and then squirt a lime into their mouth. Gabe's like, I have definitely not done that.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you anything about that. So
It's not the only way it's drank, but it's when I was younger, that was the way we used to do when we were out clubbing, Gabe, you know, thinking we were really cool.
I know margarita glasses will have a salt around the bridge of the glass.
Yeah.
Is that the same thing?
Well, again, you could have it that way, but no, we used to just put it like on the ridge of her hand and like lick it off, and then squirt the lime.
Yeah, I've never done that. Never seen anyone do that. So
I wouldn't recommend doing it either. It was just silly youth stuff. But anyway, let's see the rest of this, because this, judging by the fact that it's about 11 minutes, I'm assuming there's more to come, but maybe it's just them giving their commentary. But we'll see.
They put Daif and in brackets weak, which they never do, by the way,
Yeah.
which means they really wanted us to know it's weak. But then they've added it to the Hassan grade as well.
So what in the world? What's going on here? We thought, okay, should we like?
it looks like it's probably the Dar. If I could ever read Daru Assam, I think I said that right. Darusam Sama. I can't pronounce this stupid Arabic
I'm
name. It's
not
a
an
publishing
Arabic
house.
speaker, so I don't normally even try. But Dar Russalam, I would say. I don't know.
Yeah, I believe that's like a place that publishes their like books and stuff. So that's probably the way that they published it. And then Suna is saying, well, hold on, we have a guy who is saying that it's actually weak instead of good. So
Yeah.
that's what I would assume is going on there. Is so the publishing house that did the translation that they're using says it's Hassan or that it's good. And then they have a narrator who is saying that it's not good or that it's weak. So
Yeah, as I say, I don't normally even like. Muslims love this too because they think it's like a win. I don't need to speak Arabic or pronounce your Arabic terms in order to cook you. I'll just do it in English, but I don't know what it means. It's probably something silly, Gabe.
but the comments are funny here. We got the new
Okay.
NLB, TNLB.
Hold on, I haven't caught up on all of these. Oh no, we did. Frog did. Sorry. The internet has destroyed the advantages of closed transmission for them. Oh, it really has. There's a lot of work. People really. I'm going to be starting to upload some of these videos to my channel as well because he's given me permission to do so. But there's a guy out there called Rob Christian. His channels are under massive attack right now because while people like God Logic and stuff are incredibly popular, Rob is popular. Like he's got a large subscriber base, but Rob, I think, sometimes comes under more attack because he is actually translating never before seen. And when I say never before seen, I mean in like the Western world, like in English. He is translating some hadith, dude, that we have never seen before. And he exposed a few of them on God Logic stream recently, and we thought Muhammad got up to some dodgy stuff before.
Well, the thing is, like, if all you have is a relatively liberal translation of the Quran, and you go, oh yeah, well, Muslims are all peaceful, I can see how you can come to that conclusion. But if you actually get like the conservative, I mean like Islamic, like religiously conservative, not like political conservative, get like the conservative translations, and now all of a sudden, okay, I can see why they're out there beheading a whole bunch of people. And then you get into the hadith and you're like, oh yeah, now I can see why they're constantly terrorizing, being warmongers. Oh yeah, that makes so much sense. And it, you know, as we're getting more and more and more of this stuff out there, I mean, it's just gonna get worse. It's just gonna get worse.
Oh, it will. Islam, like, it's not. People always use this phrase in online apologetics, and I even critique people on our own side that do it. But like, the terms cooked and baked are so overused that the moment anyone uses them, like, if when we're doing our call-in shows, if anyone comes up and uses the term cooked or baked, it's just an instant kick. I'm not
Okay.
engaging with you because it sounds like a child. But more
What
importantly,
if I get a chef hat to go with the term, though? Am I good to?
no, no. Because here's the other thing. I love God Logic. I really do. I'm one of his biggest supporters. Like, I'm on his channel fairly regularly. I give to his ministry as well. But here's the thing. So many people, and I know you're not actually being serious, but I mean, like, so many other people are doing this. Be yourself. If you're coming into the apologetic scene, be yourself. Stop trying to replicate people like God Logic for their success, because it just looks bad. Like, Libiano and the whole, Islam side is replicating God Logic so badly that, he might as well have just stuck God Logic's profile picture up and left it that way. Instead, no, he just recreates it to look incredibly. I'll not say the term because YouTube is very liberal with that sort of stuff, but oh no. Gabe, I'm going to do something very unique before we go back to the video in a moment. We're going to have a mini dance party break in a moment, and you'll see why.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry, I missed Frogdid's comment. He says, rum greater than tequila. I would agree. Mr. Unlivian says, water greater than tequila. I would actually agree. And there we have Tina. Good to see you, Tina. It's been a while. She says, good evening, gentlemen. I hope that you're both doing
Howdy,
well.
Tina. I am.
And
Thank you.
then FD says, icon of God Logic.
That would be so funny.
Well, I mean, technically, Libiano technically might as well. Now, Gabe, we are going to do something we have not done for a while. Well, we've never done before on stream. I am going to... What's the best way to do this? There. Let's do that for a moment. Right, Gabe. We're going to have a little music dance party break here.
God.
You might want to get your mushroom ready.
The mushroom. Oh, the mushroom lamp.
Yeah. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to introduce you to our song. We have not played this publicly yet. It's available on our website. I hope I'm about to play the right one, but we will see. But this is just in honor of Hope Family Bindery here. It says Layman out clubbing. Well, just for you, we're going to go clubbing right now. So let me set my lights for this.
I'll just hold up the mushroom.
Now, Gabe, let me know if this plays.
It's playing.
Everybody, enjoy Muhammad's night in the desert. That's all I will say to you.
I'm just gonna set the mushroom down. Y'all know it's on now.
My lights aren't reacting to the music very well. I don't know why.
Baby, I'm out in the desert tonight. Feeling kinda lonely. Need something to make it right. Drew a line for Abdullah. Said stay safe in there. Thought I'd be alright alone. Didn't have a care. Then I feel that dark vibe creeping up on me. Naked shadows moving. Hung impressively, I tried to stay strong. Tried to keep it holy, but they closed in fast.
FD knows what's up.
Yep. You told him about the website, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
This is dedicated to Muhammad. I'm clipping this part.
You're good.
I am so clipping this for the channel. Shout out to Hope Family Boundary bringing us this banger.
Yep.
Mercy till the end. But those good boys showed me a whole new side. Left me limping at dawn. Couldn't even that safe, not scratch on his frame while I took
Limping
the
at
full
dawn,
force of the
wow.
hurricane. I recited some verses, tried to stay composed.
Welcome, friend.
But they kept on coming and my resistance closed. Help me, help me, help me, help me, I'm getting way too deep. Can't break free. Oh, baby,
Jesus is Lord indeed.
Jesus is Lord.
darling, they wrote me wrong till sunrise. It's
FD's loving this.
can't deny when those hungry boys come around. Sexual healing straight up wore me down.
Per Muhammad. Strength of 30 men, Gabe.
I'm the perfect
Yeah, yep. Wonder how many times he.
flawless in
Hmm.
every way.
Yep.
But that one crazy night with the Zut still haunts me today. I got carried away.
If a Muslim ever invites you out to the desert, don't go.
Yeah, don't want to go. They might try to recite some Quran to you.
Oh, mercy left me wrecked and walking slow. Somebody help me, I can't take that certain
Every time I hear this song, there's lines I just keep hearing for the first time over and over.
Dang.
Please, no more tonight, I'm begging you.
Mushroom's still going, everyone.
I know, I'm so annoyed my lights didn't go off the way I wanted them.
And hey, if you guys want to hear the other version of the song, you can go to alzut.com. That's AL-ZUTT.com. There's another version of the song on there. It would just autoplay, but browsers don't let me do that anymore. So now you have to press a button in order to play the song.
And there will be more stuff added to that site over time. But
Yes, we're gonna expand it.
We have a ton of these songs to play for whenever we finally do our live call-in streams. But you just witnessed for the very first time some sexual healing. So make sure you request that at your local radio.
Yes. Cena.com's back.
Well, you can bring that up in a second, but FD, this sounds like something I'd hear at a pit restaurant. Oh dear.
I'll be honest, I don't know what a pita restaurant is.
I think maybe pizza. He might have meant pizza.
Oh.
Or a pita restaurant, I don't know. Like, either way, shout out to Hope Family Boundary for bringing us that new section to the channel where we get to have a little dance break. I am clipping that and I will be adding that to the channel, so stay tuned. But anyway, let's get back to this video game because you and I are meant to be here for a very short time and we're already 40 minutes in.
I figured, okay, is someone from Suno.com, like, what's going, like, we don't want to read too much into it, but is it possible that maybe some Muslims were like, hey, you have people using these sources against Islam, can you do something about it? Maybe, we don't know. We know, but all we know is that they edited after our stream.
Well, it's after the Osman scandal with his wife beating. But Sunnah.com, you forgot the Wayback Machine. So what is the Wayback Machine?
So guys, Wayback Machine is an archive to where they will screenshot. I don't know the technicalities. If someone, I mean, sometimes we get comments.
It's owned by the Wayback Machine. Basically, will take snapshots of websites. So it just takes their HTML, saves it for a bit, and then it stores it on a little time point. It basically just scrapes the internet and just saves websites. But it's owned by archive.org, I believe is what it is.
Yep.
But that's where I get a whole bunch of my books and stuff for free. So highly recommend checking them out. And they're under a lot of heat right now. So if you do have extra funds, feel free to send them a buck or two because they've got like every publishing house trying to sue them into oblivion right now. So.
Surprise, surprise.
Yep.
But yeah, it is true what they say. For my generation, obviously, Gabe, I'm a little bit older than you, but my generation growing up, we always were told the phrase, once it's on the internet, it stays on the internet.
Yeah.
Family Boundary says, okay, that was fun, but I got to bounce. Got another apologetics class. See you fellas later. Peace.
All right. Take
Appreciate it.
care.
I meant to say I appreciate it, but I blended that with peace and appreciate, so it became appreciated. So,
Thinking of the Arabic phrase I see.
oh no, yeah, no, it was pita like the Mediterranean bread. Okay.
Yeah, I looked it up. It's a Mediterranean, Middle Eastern cuisine.
Well, yeah, I know what pita is. It was more just that we don't really have dedicated restaurants to them over here, so that's more what threw me off. I thought he was saying pizza or something, but yeah. But you will be hearing the old sutural healing a lot more after you coming shortly. But anyway, Gabe, you anything else to say before we go back to this?
Nope, not really. Just explaining what the Wayback Machine is.
Sweet.
Who like fact checks on technicalities. So if you're one of those people, you guys can definitely let us know what the technicalities are. But from what I understand is that they basically will just screenshot the website through different dates through the year. I don't know if it's an automatic thing or someone has to do it manually, but they just like it's like taking a screenshot of a website. So this is what the website looks like right now, right?
Which is changed from how it was a week ago, and we know that because we got the Wayback Machine.
We want to just highlight this part so you guys can see.
But look, they didn't delete the Hassan part.
Yeah.
They just added this to make people, because they know Muslims will just see the daif and forget about it.
Yeah. So Sunan ibn Majah,
1986.
1986. Okay, that's the key part you want to look out for. Volume. You don't have to memorize all these, but like book 9, hadith 142, volume 3, book 9, hadith.
That is one thing I will say, Gabe. It's not really relevant to this conversation right now, but it's relevant overall. I really do hate, though, about how many of their hadith all have different numbers in different versions, because sometimes you go and search a reference and you're like, yeah, it's not that referent.
Yeah.
1986. Now, go into the Wayback Machine.
Okay.
And just like we had on our screen, because we didn't edit it. Shocker.
I'm not a Muslim. I don't edit and deceive. I went by what this website where it said, and Jai,
Like
maybe
their new
you want to
logo.
give them the link, the actual link to the archive.
Oh, look at that, Gabe.
Yep.
Look at that. It looks very, very different. I wonder why.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Muslims will still, like, I didn't check their comments. I'll check it now in a minute. But I guarantee you, even though they've posted this, they will still have Muslims in their comments either blatantly just, lying and saying, oh no, the giant DOC is wrong. Or you will have Muslims, like, this is the sad thing about this religion. You will have Muslims so obediently blind to their own religion that even though they have evidence right in front of their face, they'll just refuse to believe it and be like, yeah, no, that's not accurate.
I think a lot of that is primarily because they don't want to leave Islam. And it's kind of like when you have someone who, say, watches porn or something like that. I'm saying corn. They're watching porn. And they will try to justify their sin by maybe saying something like, well, Jesus says that anyone who even looks at a woman with lust has committed adultery in her heart. So it's not as bad as it is. And they'll try to obfuscate things. And that's not even as bad as what Muslims will often do, where Muslims will just not even be able to read 3 words and then go, yeah, see?
Well, that's exactly, you're right, because that's exactly what Daughter of Christ just said. Like, most of them now, because of how this has been edited, they are just going to read the first word, which says daif, weak. So that's where the majority of them will stop, because, Gabe, you've seen it with the Muslims you've interacted with in public, the ones that I interact with, and even the ones we interact with online. We've seen how they even handle the Bible. Like, they will sometimes read in the very middle, not even the middle of the book. Sometimes they will even read in the middle of a sentence just to find a phrase that they think works for them. And they'll ignore what came before it and what came after it. And they will just sit there confidently be like, well, it says here that Jesus did X, Y, Z. And you're like, yeah, finish the verse. And it's like, no, I don't need to. It says Jesus did X, Y, Z. It's like, oh, dude.
Oh. I have an update.
Okay.
Found out why they were down.
Further upgrading.
I found out why they were down. You're
Oh,
gonna
hang
want
on.
to share that.
Hold on. I don't know if I can share two at once, so let's see. Oh, I can.
All right, everyone. So this is the same hadith, right? Where is it?
Hold on. I need to bring this up full screen for myself.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Do you happen to notice something missing from the grade?
Mm-hmm. Where's the
Yeah.
Hassan gone?
Yeah, it's just completely disappeared. So
Oh.
I'm guessing that's why their website was down. They probably were updating
Mm-hmm.
their database there. Oh,
Yep.
man.
Now, this is going to be a little bit harder to see on screen, but just let me compare and contrast here just for the audience's sake.
Yeah, here, I'll zoom more.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's unfortunately more Gabe. It's just the way the setup's going to be. So this is what it was previously a week ago. It should be on the left hand side of the screen for the audience. Then underneath me and Gabe, this is what they have updated it to today. But then even just like when was Giant DOC's video? Let me just check here. Just 3 days ago, with Giant DOC, you had both Daif and Hassan on it. This goes to show you how intellectually dishonest Muslims are. They have zero shame in this. Zero. And the thing is, the majority of Muslims that you talk to don't even know their own sources. I have seen plenty of live streams where sources have been quoted to them, but no reference was given, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, no, we don't teach that." And then people like God Logic will take them to the Hadith or whatever, and all of a sudden it's like, "Oh yeah, no, we hold to that."
Yeah.
What absolute lying little. Hey, Orthodox Philip. Hey,
Howdy,
bro.
Mr. Phillip.
You just missed our dance break, Philip. You missed our dance.
Oh, yeah.
Don't worry, I
Yeah.
shall clip it, and you will see it. You will see it.
You missed these epic dance moves.
Oh yeah, both Gabe and I clearly have rhythm. Just
Oh,
look
yeah.
though, but like I cannot like. I mean, I can like we're reacting to it. Like I can believe what I'm seeing, but at the same time, I actually can't believe what I'm seeing.
I mean, I can. Their website was just down, and I was wondering why their website was down, and now we know why their website was down. Or at least presumably why their website was down. So, yeah, I'm going to clip that and post it as like a breaking news. Or
Oh yeah,
actually,
dude.
here, I'll just screenshot it real quick.
Yeah.
I'll screenshot our stream. Are you able to put it up just to have the two of them compare?
Maybe.
It's here, just in case. I'll zoom in a little
No,
bit more.
I will be able to do that, but hang on, you're gonna have to bear with me because whenever I do that, it's gonna remove me and you. So the audience, you're not gonna hear Gabe and I for a second, but just bear with us.
All right.
Okay, now let me move things around here because we're all humbledy-jumbledy. Now,
Yep.
Gabe, I would also recommend going to Giant DOC's channel afterwards and taking a picture of the intermediate change as well, where it had Daif and Hassan, just to show how duplicitous they really are.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's. I'm going to remove this one for now just because we've seen it, and let's go back to this, and we will finish this video because I don't want us hitting an hour today. We weren't even meant to, but let's continue on.
I'm gonna give you guys the link to it right
So
now.
that unless we can like edit the link as well to the Wayback Machine, which no one can.
It's crazy.
It's Hassan.
Same numbers, remember?
Same.
1986, Book 9, Hadith 142, Volume 3, Book 9, Hadith 1986. Same thing, same Hadith. One just a grading Hassan, which is what we put on the screen, and now you go to it today, and what do you see?
What does it say here? A man should not be asked why he beats his wife.
Yes.
I'm just going to zoom out so you can see the whole thing.
Same exact hadith. The same
It's
thing
the
that we had on the
same
stream.
hadith.
Now, ultimately, Gabe, why is all of this relevant, especially in the line of apologetics? Why is all this relevant? Because what it shows is how dishonest they are even with their own sources. Because what reason was that hadith? Now, by the way, they call this a hadith science, this grading. What science was, hey Sam, what science, Gabe, was involved here in changing this grading?
They haven't shared it there, but it would have probably just been someone, quite frankly, effectively just retconning what was previously stated.
Yeah, it's because it's not a science at all. What they're doing is they're changing they know they can't change their sources like the actual hadith, but they change the grading because now whenever apologists try and bring this up to Muslims, if people are unaware of this change, that Sunnah.com does change their grading, all a Muslim now has to do is go, oh look, this says da'if. And if you're not aware of this, if you're not aware of the change, you will look at that and go, oh, okay, yeah, it's a weak translation. Or it's a weak chain of narration, sorry. That's not the case. It was considered Hassan. It always has been Hassan. Which means it's a good, reliable, it's not the strongest, but it is a good, reliable chain of narration. But because they don't like it, and Gabe, why do you think Muslims may not want to talk about this being a Hassan narration? What do you think in the text might make it a wee bit embarrassing for them?
Because they are probably relatively liberal here in the United States, and they're seeing the very pain of what that is causing. Sorry, I just closed the tab on accident.
Yep, it's alright.
And they're seeing the pain of what is being caused by that, the avalanche of apostasy, as many have called it. And they're seeing that, and they're like, oh, okay, yeah, we got to do something about this.
Mm-hmm.
And this is probably just one of the ones. So it's probably some guys that are at a mosque, and this is probably one of the hadith that they get brought up to them every now and again, and they are like, oh, well, I'll look into that some more. And then they'll see about fixing it, or they have a connection or something.
Who would want to defend something in their religion that says it's okay to beat your wife?
And furthermore, not only it's okay to beat your wife, but you shouldn't ask. He has no reason to make a defense for why he beat his wife.
Mm-hmm. And there's the thing, you can look at these videos are all online, they're everywhere. I can't tell you even how many times last week I saw a video of Muslim men either dragging their wife by the hair, slapping them across the face, and in Muslim countries it all gets dismissed because it's acceptable. Why is it acceptable? Because here, even in this chain of narration, don't even ask a man why he's doing it. Why? His wife's his property. He can do what he wants with her.
Mm-hmm.
FD says this feels similar to the science behind the sun resting in a muddy pool. Oh yeah, don't get Muhammad Hijab started on that one. He'll just get drunk and start what's the word? Slurring his way through his words. Anyway, is the number of Muslims growing in Ireland? Yes, sadly. And I'm not even exaggerating when I say this. The primary way that they're multiplying is not just obviously the procreation part. It's because we're getting literal busloads of illegal immigrants into the country. So, the joys. Anyway, let's brush through a little bit more of this, Gabe, because you and I do have an appointment later today that we need to keep.
We don't edit and we don't deceive, but the one who edits and deceives are the Muslims.
Exactly.
They're the Muslims. So the troll that told us,
well, if your God's the greatest of deceivers, you might as well just replicate him.
Yeah.
You edited it. Go to the Wayback Machine if you know what it is.
Yes.
Go back a week ago. Or more or longer.
What's the we can see the exact date for this.
Yeah,
it's
this is the 23rd of May.
May 23rd, but you guys can
if you want a screenshot of that, Gabe.
Nah, it's okay.
Okay.
See right here, there's like all these different dates you can choose from.
Look, there's a little dot here that says it was edited.
So
yeah, so go to the Wayback Machine and ask yourself, Why is it that your Muslim brothers and sisters are actually changing things? So what I thought was, let me actually look and see what the grading is to this hadith, like on
Different Arabic
websites. And guess what, you guys? Guess what? Now, some narrations say daif because they only had like one person in the chain or an untrustworthy in the chain. Many others were actually sahih. You see that? Here it is in.
Not even Hassan gave Sahih.
Which means reliable
Yeah, which is like
or
actually like
credible.
yeah, like top tier. That's embarrassing. That is very embarrassing.
The Arabic, لا تسأل الرجل فيما يضرب امرأته. Don't ask a man why he beats his wife. And here it for the Arabs, هذا حديث.
And this is the thing. This is why Muslims and we all know, Gabe, the magical Arabic. If you don't speak Arabic, you don't get to have thoughts on, you know, Islam. There's always the double standard. It's like Islam's for everyone. Oh, but if you don't speak Arabic, you don't get to speak on it. This is why they do not like going up onto, and my camera's doing the weird zoom in thing. It's looking very trippy. Forgive me, folks. I'm going to keep my hands down because I think that's what's triggering it. But they do not like going up on Christian Prince's channel. They don't like going up on Rob Christian's channel. They don't like going up with Giant DOC. Why? Because they are Arabic speakers who can read and speak Arabic. And they burn them every single time. But do you want to know the great thing about it too, though, about Gabe, is you don't even need the Arabic to cook them.
No, not at all.
And that's the thing. I broke my own rule. I said cook. Kick me off the channel, Gabe. That's it. I'm gone.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm taking over. All right.
صحيح الإسناد.
Means the chain is authentic. It's sahih. Okay. So this is kind of crazy. I mean, it's a good thing that people are fact checking and like they don't just take what we say. So that's a good thing. He actually is looking this up. That's good. We're happy to see when people look things up. Like we give a source. We do put it on the screen. We do give you guys the links, but it's good to fact check, double check what we're saying.
Well, the problem is, okay, I get what they're saying, but the issue there is, do you think this guy Gabe would have fact checked this if this still said Hassan and it didn't have the Daif part? Do you think he would have copied and pasted it then? No, exactly.
No, he would have ignored it.
Exactly. They only post so-called sources whenever it's in their favor. You show them something that's not in their favor, they won't even reference it.
Yep.
But I kind of doubt that he just stopped listening after that. I mean, because that really the main point of the stream was to expose Uthman, and so that he was following, you know, his prophet and the ways that Islam teaches to treat your wife, and it's okay to treat your wife. You know, things like beating them, not an issue. Don't ask a man why he should beat his wife. And so he starts laughing and he thinks he got us with that. Well, no, it's actually your Muslim website. Sunnah.com was the one that got you. You didn't put it here.
And they didn't even remove the Hassan. They didn't even remove the good grading.
Yeah.
Now, I know that this troll is not serious, and he's not. It's not like
he didn't even read it.
He's not even a sincere Muslim who's fact checking, because he chose the one hadith that was edited by Sunnah.com. And not loads others that we had on.
Forget about the 10s and 20s of other sources we had
about beating the wife. He chose the one that was edited.
But what? Oh, don't worry. Give Sunnah.com, like another week, and I'm sure they'll change all the rest as well. I'm not even joking. It wouldn't surprise me if it got to a stage where they changed every embarrassing, detail of Muhammad's life or commentaries on how to treat your wife and stuff. It wouldn't surprise me if they changed that all to Daif over time. Because this is the thing, it's okay to commit taqiyya as long as you further the cause of Islam. Sorry, I cut you off there.
No, you're good. And luckily, we do have other tools. Like you have Sunnah2.com, you have HadithEvaluated.com, I think, is the other one I've gone to.
There's also Quran X. Quran X is... They're a bit like Sunnah. They will edit stuff, but they don't do it as much, is what I will say.
Yeah. But what I'm trying to say is we have a whole bunch of other sources, and eventually I'm thinking, but I'm trying to find from a local place, an actual like set, like the set of Al-Bukhari. That way I can have that, but it's nowhere is locally selling it, so I'll have to go online, and I really don't like buying stuff through Amazon, so
Yeah. Unfortunately, sometimes needs must, Gabe. Needs must.
yeah. But hey, at least the physical copy they couldn't continue to change. So
What does that say? It says that all those sources unquestionable. This one's unquestionable too. Like we showed you the Arabic sources, and you do get Muslim scholars who give different gradings, and we're not denying that. We often point that out. Actually, we say sometimes Muslim scholars will say this is authentic, sometimes they'll say it's weak, and we're very open about that. But on Sunan.com, at the time that we did the stream, all it said was Hassan. That's all it said. So that's all we needed to say.
Yeah, we don't edit. And if you dare, I'm telling the trolls now, and I've told Jai this, the trolls, I'm not leaving you alone. If you dare come and do your comments, I'm not above showing you and showing your name. Who's this loser here? Slave of Allah. Their lies always call Alhamdulillah.
No, it's slave of Allah.
Allah.
Right. I think they're pretty much done. I don't think there's too much more they're going to say there. But I find Daughter of Christ so funny. She is very, very spicy. So whenever she says, she's not above, showing their names or faces, she will. And you know what? Fair play. If you're going to be a troll and you leave your name publicly and your face publicly, okay,
well, yeah.
I'll help make you famous.
Yep. All right. The hijab science of alcohol.
I popped that up a minute ago.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Go ahead and plug your channel, bro, but we're going to hop off here because we weren't even planning to be on for an hour, but plug your channel, and then we are going to depart for a bit, and then Gabe and I will be back later tonight, not on YouTube, but we'll be back later tonight for those who are in the know.
Yep. You can check out my channel at GabeZD, and for those who are on my channel, you can go to Layman. It's at Layman, at the Layman Apologist, or is it at Layman Apologist on YouTube?
Good question. I don't know.
I'll look it up real quick.
Just type in the Layman Apologist and you'll find me.
Yeah. Yep, you'll be able to find him. But yeah, and then it's the same thing across X and all social media. So feel free to check us out there, and we'll see you guys around.
Awesome. God bless, folks. Thanks for joining.